Hey internets, it's Jake from Mini Terrain Domain, and this is Scribes and Scrolls, the Candlekeep Mysteries, Book 3, the Book of the Raven. This is Chapter 16, Hog Wild, for reasons you'll see in just a few moments. Welcome, everybody, to Mini Terrain Domain, and welcome, gang. We don't have a name yet for this group. I've just been calling them the gang.
Welcome, guys.
But look at that. RQ Stefan waiting until we're live to get you that resub so I can give you one of those domain tomes.
Yay!
That you just saw appear up above Jordan's head. Domain. Why am I calling him domain all of a sudden?
I think you should stick with it.
Domain.
We're getting
Welcome to Mini Terrain Domain. It's Mini Terrain Domain. I do not know where that came from.
I think it's classy as hell, and I think you should stick with it, but that's just my vote.
Oh man, all right. So domain tomes are your it's a way that you can have an influence on the game by subscribing, gift subs, $5 tips, cheering 500 bits, or if you don't want to give money to Twitch, which is totally understandable, you can donate through my coffee link or Ko-Fi. I have a hard time saying coffee, which makes sense because they say buy so-and-so a coffee. But to me, it looks like Ko-Fi. But anyway, you can donate through there. Those donations will also... Oh, I forgot to activate the alert on this stream. I'll have to fix that. But you can donate there, and either a one-time or through the memberships, and that will earn domain tomes as well at the coffee.com/mtdjake, or you can do another / in tiers to see the membership levels. Be sure to check out the channel partners and sponsors. First off, we have Talon and Claw, which you can find by typing !MTD Claw, and check out their Etsy store. All kinds of awesome stuff going on in there. Dice vaults and DM screens and laser engraved stuff, all kinds of cool stuff. Fill up your cart with all the goodies and use code MTDClaw at checkout to get 10% off of your order. Our other partner I want you to be sure to check out is our good friend Keel over at Run Right Play. By typing !RWP, you can check out Keel's Patreon over there. Run Right Play is an amazing community of collaboration. They've been putting out some wonderful little games and working on a variety of things, always with the spirit of collaboration within the community. So please do be sure to check that out. I'm going so fast, Dwight. I'm not used to being this fast. I feel like I'm forgetting something.
It's really throwing me off, Jake. I don't know what to do.
I know. I'm almost done with the announcements. I don't know what's happening. Oh, I know what it was. I wanted to say a congratulations once again to our own Gary with Team Squad Up, Quest for the Cure, running another successful charity stream this past weekend, passing their goal for the game, for the event, and bringing the total up somewhere. I know you're north of 25,000, I believe, that you've raised.
27,269.69.
Nice. Double nice there.
A number that you don't understand after you're 40.
Welcome to Mini Terrain Domain, everyone.
Mini Terrain Domain. But yeah, just awesome work that Gary's been doing over there, and we are very proud to be partnering up. On September 25th, I will be running a game on the channel over there. That is going to be, it's called Monsters Under the Bed. We've got some amazing players lined up, and our resident mod and curator of all the clips, RQ Stefan, bought his way into that game as well. So I'm excited to get to play with them. It's going to be a good time, but definitely if you're not already following them, be sure to keep up with all that stuff. So once again, Gary, congratulations on another successful drive. And you know what? If I can't think of something, I guess there's nothing else to talk about except that you matter. Believe it or not, whether you believe it or not, your presence on this earth makes a difference. It can be a struggle sometimes to believe that, but help is out there. All you have to do is type !help in our chat. It's that simple. I'm going to do it right now. !help. You type that in there, and you'll see a URL, a website for findahelpline.com. Please click on that website, enter that website, put it in your bookmarks, save it for yourself or a friend when somebody might be struggling. Greatest thing I ever did was to get help when I realized I couldn't handle my own anxiety and depression that I was dealing with a couple years ago. And recently, things got a little... I was struggling a little bit more, and so I increased the frequency with which I'm visiting my therapist. And I don't mind telling you that. Sometimes you think things are okay, and it turns out they're not as okay as you thought, and it helps to have somebody to talk to. And I really do. It's been amazing. It's been amazing what having somebody professional to speak to has done for me. And they can do that for you too. We care about you, and we want you to get the help that you need. So please do not hesitate to use that call for help. All right, I think it's time to play some Dungeons and Dragons. We've all been looking forward to this. Last week, I teased in the Twitter and in the Go Live announcement tonight that they were flirting with ducks. That's only half true. The ducks thought it was flirting. The intentions may not have been flirtatious. Nonetheless, they met a lovely duck by the name of Louis. Also, Teera, before Assyria used the Speak with Animals, Teera put together a lovely snare, just using that hunting expertise. Turns out they didn't really need the snare because Assyria could talk to the ducks. And we're just trying to befriend a duck.
Which would have been great to know before I put together the whole frickin' snare.
Listen,
hey,
does Assyria really strike you as the type of person that's very talkative? No, she just doesn't. So,
and that's how we found ourselves with Assyria convincing a duck to come hang out with them for a little bit for their friend Doc. That's right. Last week's session was almost entirely about getting a duck for Doc.
Duck.
Yep. Unfortunately, it was about that time, unbeknownst to the players, I was rolling stealth against passive perception, as well as perception for the other duck to avoid the snare. Unfortunately, Moby Duck stepped into the snare and started freaking out, which caused a rustling in the brush, and two massive razorback boars have just emerged from the grass around this duck pond and are charging. And that is why we are going to start tonight's session hog wild with a roll for initiative.
Roll for
let's
initiative.
go.
Oh my god, are we gonna do something this week?
No better way to start. Shut up, Dwight.
I would like to point out that Dwight's character, Mizya, is cowering under the wagon to get away from the sun after creepily spider crawling backwards over the edge like
frickin'
Like
Blair in The Exorcist. I got a nat 1 to start us off tonight, everybody.
There you go.
All right, let me do this.
If our
Let's see.
past episodes are any indication, Dwight, probably not.
Right.
Probably not.
Assyria, what do you got?
oh, one club. The dice giveth and the dice taketh.
Okay.
We're both going like shit.
Mizya.
They're like,
Back and
right?
forth.
Based on this initiative roll, we're not doing shit this week. So because I rolled an 8. So
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. I'm
Level
gonna TPK the party with Timon and Pumbaa. Teera, what did you end up with?
So my total is a 3.
Okay.
That brings my total to a 7.
Okay, yeah, that... Okay.
Yeah. But
Doc?
it's a 1.
Nobody's broke double digits yet.
No.
Doc, what you got?
21.
Whoa!
Except for
There
Doc.
we go.
With the power of Louis.
Vorn, what do you got? How are your dice treating you tonight?
That's gonna be a power with a capital P 4.
Oh.
Yeah, that's on par. That is on par. Let me
Die.
roll.
This is
In
how it
the
ends.
arms of the angels.
Glory, glory. What a hell of a way to die.
Well, Cari, we can fight in whatever else we're going.
See,
Sounds
so
great.
this is what happens when we take a week off. We just are coming in this like just all out, you know.
Our dice are pissed. They're like,
That's
where
great.
the hell were you?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Doc, you are up first. 2 gigantic boars. These large, just bristling fur, almost spines down their back. You see these just almost red, angry red eyes. Not just the 2 tusks, but there's other curving, wicked tusks coming out of the mouths. They're snorting and squealing as they come charging forward. There you go.
Okay.
That's
Got
the
it.
best
Thank
sound
you.
effect of the year.
So
Thank
Doc,
you.
Doc is going to look to his left, and then look to his right, and realize that everybody's on a flat foot, and it's going to be a long time before they do anything. And so he's going to step forward,
So perceptive.
and he's going to stand up to his full height of what is he, 6'10"?
Something like that.
And then he's going to look at both of the boars, and he's going to go, and he's going to make an intimidation check.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Doc!
And I'm rolling with advantage, so you can. Thank you,
Thanks for the
Staffin.
tome, RQ.
Let's go, Doc.
I'd like to re-roll that. Thank you.
Yeah, reroll.
All right, that'll
Let's go.
be 3 more.
That is better. That is a 23.
There you go.
All right, I don't think it's possible for them to beat that. Especially the one got a -1 versus that. And the other one, so you get, as these boars are charging and you stand to your full height and you just start screaming at them, the one slides in the wet sort of marshy area around the pond as it tries to just all 4 feet put the brakes on and turn away from you. The other one stops dead in its tracks and is staring you down just with a you intimidated them enough to stop their charging at you right now. So well done. Anything else on your turn? Bonus actions or anything?
He's gonna go.
All right.
Yes. Awesome.
Mizya, you
Wow.
so Mizya, you are under the cart and you
Yes.
are out of sight of everything that's happening. Actually, you hear the commotion. You see ducks go flying up into the air. You hear this rustling and these snorts of these pigs a little ways off, and then you hear the tremendous bellow from Doc. What are you gonna do?
I wasn't expecting to go second, so
With an 8 initiative.
with an 8. So
I wasn't ready.
Yeah, you beat even my my giant boars rolled well.
So I think I just kind of crawl up to the back wheel on that side where the noise is coming from, and I just kind of like slowly poke my head out to see if I can see anything. So I just want to see, like, I want to see where they are. How far are they from me?
It's you don't know because all you see is the tall grass.
So behind tall grass. Okay.
You're sort of pulled off to the side of the road, and then there's a little bit of a berm, because they went into the grass tracking after these.
Okay.
Ducks.
What have you done? And I am going to go ahead and I'm going to cast mage armor on myself, and then I will just crawl out from under the cart and angrily head off in that direction.
All right. So you have, I believe, 30 feet of movement.
Yes.
So with that, that'll get you up into kind of climbing up that berm, up on top of it. And you can see probably about 50 feet away, once you're up and over that berm, you see this duck pond, you see the ducks flying away, and you see two massive wild boars, and Doc just standing there, his white coat standing out amongst everything else as he's just seems to be snorting and grunting at one of these that is in a stare down with him.
Okay.
I like to imagine real quick that Doc is like hunched down and Louis is like standing up on his head, like also looking right at the thing. Is that, oh my God, Gary.
Oh,
my
no,
God.
don't.
How many inspiration points do you have? Because if it's less than 2, it needs to become 2 right now.
Yes.
It's an inspiration for having a duck.
Yay!
Also, up next, and I can't believe I forgot to mention this, up next is Game Her Award nominated streamer Jordan. I don't have the link or I would share it.
I don't know who you're talking about. I am a Saria right now. Okay.
Gotta get the character.
If one of our mods has the link, please drop it in the chat. Ironically, it's probably Jordan that has the link. Assyria, it is yours and Soren's turn. What would you like to do?
So for my turn, I would like to Hunter's Mark the closest hog.
Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's Mark. So you see her kind of closing her eyes, focusing in, and there's a flash of green as mark appears on the side of the hog or boar, whatever you want to call it, side of its neck. She is going to pull out her. How far away are they from her?
Within, because they were charging from the nearby, so I would say these things are within like 20 feet of you.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Did you mark the one that Doc is staring down, or the one that sort of skidded and turned away?
I think I'm going for the one that started to skid away.
Okay.
So she is going to take her longsword out, and she is going to attempt to hit it.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack.
All right. And better. That is going to be a dirty 20.
Definitely gonna hit.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep. And that is going
Smells
to be
like bacon.
14 points of damage.
Okay.
As she's just kind of swinging into the side of this thing as she is watching it skid away. And then she's going to look over, as I imagine while she was moving over towards the hog, look over at Soren and go, bacon. And have him leap onto the hog and make an attack. I'm pulling up.
Absolutely. Soren you yell bacon, and it's as if Soren just comes leaping over your shoulder to attempt to dig into this boar. So
and he does get advantage because I am right there. He gets practice. So natural 20.
All right.
2 bites. And this thing needs to make a strength savings throw or be knocked prone.
Okay. So that's automatic max damage. And then roll your damage die or dice, however it is, on top. Strength saving throw is, what's the DC?
11.
It's 15.
Okay.
So it manages to hold its ground. Soren sort of just digs in, bites into it, and is either hanging on or sliding off. But what's that crit damage?
That is going to be 11 points of damage.
Okay.
Wow.
Soren rips a big old chunk out of this thing, and it is between where you sliced into its thick hide and where Soren bit in, it's bleeding.
All right.
Wow, get him.
Good boy. And that's it for me.
The boar, even it attacks you, odd it attacks Soren. It's going for you as it whips around and attempts to drive its tusks into you. Soren is throwing it off where he bit in. It only gets a 9, so it sort of just moves in this circle, trying to get around to be able to get an attack on you. It misses. The other boar is going to it is going to make an attack at you, Doc, but it's going to do so at disadvantage because you stopped its charge and intimidated it. So it sort of makes a couple lunges, and it comes charging in with a 16 to hit. So that is going to do 7 points of slashing as it runs at you and just slashes right into your legs with its tusks, or into your side. This is a giant boar. Vorn.
Vorn in Orcish yells out Guthor, which is orc for boar. He reaches for his glaive as he charges towards through the forest, jumping over like random branches and stuff, hearing the boars and all of the commotion going on, and he's going to attack the first boar he sees with his glaive.
All right. So that's probably going to be the one that Soren and Assyria are already dealing with. I need to actually do something real quick. As you're running in to make your attack, Assyria, for Soren, I need you to roll a d20.
Oh God, no, no.
No, this is not a bad thing at all.
Oh, okay, good.
It's another 20.
Okay, that's going to be really bad. Not for Soren, though. Soren is dealing piercing damage, yeah? I forgot,
yes.
because you crit. Because Soren crit, that's we're using brutal wounds.
Yep.
So that should have been a roll on the brutal wounds table. With that 20, it is bleeding and is stunned from the pain until the end of its turn. So Vorn, your attack will have your attack. Hold on, let me check this. Your attack will have advantage. But it also, I just need to check this real quick. Oh, that is, actually it passed. It needed to make a DC 19 con save or start choking on its own blood.
Ooh, oh my gosh.
Wow. But it made the save on that. All right. You have, Soren basically ripped the side of its throat out.
Yeah.
So Vorn, your attack is at advantage.
Yeah, so I rolled a 22, and Vorn is gripping his glaive. He feels the blade dig into the boar, and then I'm gonna roll damage here. Oh well, first of all, is 22 good enough to hit?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Oh, come on.
I swear, I need to send you dice.
I will never use them. They'll sit in the box with all my hundreds of other dice. I I'm gonna re-roll that because I rolled a natural 1.
At a boy.
Oh my god.
For your damage? You rolled a 1 on damage?
Yeah, I rolled that 1 on damage.
All right, hold on. Let's see. You're at 20. So I'll put you at 18.
18, Jake. It's your math.
Yeah, sorry. I don't do math as fast as the math teacher.
It's all right. It's subtraction.
Even basic math, I don't do that fast.
Cari, I adore you.
You let me know when you're ready, Jake.
What'd I say? 18. Or I should say, what did Cari say? Is 18. Credit where credit's due, right?
I live to serve.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll that damage. That new damage.
All right. That gives me a 10.
All right. Jordan, roll me a D12.
All right. 7.
So the D12 was because of the bleeding from the brutal wounds. It does suffer a level 5 bleeding, so it did the 7 damage. Plus, the 10 damage that Vorn just did is a total hit points that it had left. Vorn, you drive your glaive into this thing, and when you remove your weapon, bleeding, exhausted, frothing at the mouth, the boar drops to its knees, snorts, a broken tusk and blood and foam shoots out onto the ground, and it staggers back to its feet, using its relentlessness.
Oh, God.
It is not yet dead.
Ugh.
Vorn slaps his chest and he pounds and he goes, "Come on!" While he's twisting his glaive around, like in the way a junior high school person that just joined a color guard twists the flag around. It's the way of twisting his glaive around.
Let's go!
I love that you just compared the actions of your warrior half orc to a junior high color guard. That is the best.
Snap it.
That is the best anachronistic comparison I have ever heard. Ricky needs to make a real life Constitution saving throw.
Sorry.
No. Well
Oh
done.
my god.
That's a freaking winner, Ricky.
Yep.
Teera, you are up. You're all ganging up on one boar, letting Doc deal with this one by himself.
Well, no.
What do you want to do?
So I was gonna gang up on the one with, like the tactics and the teamwork and whatnot, but seeing that Vorn has claimed this kill, likely, with his chest beating and adorable puns, I go and I want to help Doc with the one that is by him.
All right.
Please.
Yeah,
so
easy
I run
enough.
Over there and I want to go over and slash at him with my sword. Please.
All right.
All right. That is.
You got this.
That's a 9 to hit.
9.
As you go, as you approach this giant boar, you're moving through kind of wet, marshy land. It's not technically difficult terrain, but you do that thing where you step and your foot sort of slips sideways.
Yeah.
It was the foot you were planting just as you were bringing your sword down, and your sword just whiffs past this thing, and you drive the edge of your sword into the muck. That is a miss.
Fudge. Ow. I'm done.
Hey, Jake, just wait till we fight a dragon.
Oh my god. Don't want that too soon, Ricky.
Doc, you are up. You are muted.
Muted, my friend.
Doc
spell.
is going to look at Teera and say,
Don't say it.
"Why is that boar frothing like the Mug Club?"
The mug club!
Wow.
Oh my god! I have my mug. Hold on, I forgot my mug.
And then Doc is going to look at the boar, hold up his finger, and say, "No." And he is going to attempt to shove the boar prone.
Okay. So that'll be opposed strength.
Yep. Or dex, or athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Yep, I'm going to be doing pure strength on this one.
Shocking. I am shocked.
All right. What you
I
got?
would like to. I'm going to roll with advantage, and I am going to get a 17.
That is going to be opposed to this boar's 10. How do you drive this boar prone?
Oh,
This
Oh my
giant
God.
boar.
do it.
Wrestling.
He's holding his finger out, and he's gonna poke it in the nose.
Are you booping the snoot? Is
Booping
that
the
what's
hell out of that
happening?
snoot.
Gonna boop the sensitive snoot, and it's gonna fall over.
And drive it right down to the ground. All right.
Yes. It's the oh my.
So you've booped the snoot. What is... Everybody give me a perception check real quick.
Oh my god, I'm rolling like shit. 13.
21.
Okay.
9.
9.
9. I think Ricky got a 22, but I'm reading
Yep,
his
I see
lips.
it.
I think he's muted.
Yeah, I see it in the roller. So
Well done.
Assyria and Vorn, you hear from all around you, you hear more rustling as 4 regular-sized boars come
Oh.
charging out of the brush at all of you.
Oh.
You heard, yeah, they rolled really low in their stealth. Actually, you know what? Now that I look at what you guys got, I think everybody hears them, even with your low rolls. Mizya, from where you're at, sort of on this berm, you just see in the grass. You just see the grass sort of bending over from these like 4 trails moving towards
Jurassic
everybody.
Park.
Yeah, very much so. As these regular sized boars come charging in, one of them is going for Doc, but is going to miss with a 7. One of them is going to go for Assyria.
Sure.
Assyria, this boar comes charging in and seems confused in the fray. It rolled a natural 1, which means you get an opportunity attack as this regular boar comes charging at you.
All right.
Get him, Assyria.
That is going to be a 14.
That is going to hit.
Okay. That is going to be, this is the one that's not Hunter's March. That's still going to be 12 points of damage. I'm sorry, 10 points. I apologize. Math is hard.
Okay. You slash this thing as it comes running up towards you and Soren, and you just carve into its side, and it is bleeding profusely. The next one is going for Teera. Oh my gosh, Teera, you get an opportunity attack as this boar comes in wild. That is 2 nat 1s in a row. Time to change out the die.
Screw you, bacon. All right, great.
See, I'm
Yeah,
using
yeah,
real dice, Ricky, and they're rolling nat 1s for me.
Looks
Gonna
like
attack him with
meat's
my
back
sword.
on our menu.
Oh, looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. I got a 23.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll damage on that one.
Yes, dude. Let's go. Let's go. That's an 11 points of damage
Nice.
for free.
Teera, making up for the fact that you missed this giant boar, almost as a reflex, you don't even pull your sword fully out of the muck. You just drag it around in an arc, and for several feet, this headless boar charges forward as you you one-shot it.
Oh my god.
Vorn, the
Ooh.
final
Stand
one.
majestically in the mud and the blood.
Jeez. dice. My dice, why have you betrayed me?
Posing.
Vorn, another one comes charging at you. This one has a 9. So it's gonna come charging at you, but it's gonna almost do like a feint as it kind of moves its head like this to hit you, but it's like 3 feet away. It just completely misses. Which is gonna bring us to you, Mizya. I did say you were about 50 feet away. But you have a clear view with everything being trampled down, and you can see everybody and everything 50 feet away from you.
And the 2 original boars are still up, right? The one was knocked down but has gotten back up. Okay.
Yep.
So
and, and the other one's prone in front of Doc and Teera.
Yep. So I am going to I kind of just reach in. I've got the long flowy sleeves. I reach into one and I pull out and I flick my hand out and I've got my quill, and which I have started to use as my kind of like a arcane focus almost. And I just reach my arm out and 4 black darts with purple feathers come and I cast magic missile at 2nd level.
Swish
2 of them
and
at the
flick.
Right. 2 of them are going to be at the one that was knocked down and got back up, and the other 2 are going to be at the ones in front of Doc. So let's roll this. But it's going to be a total of 7 points of damage to the one that has already gone down once.
The one that stood back up?
One that stood back up, and then that's going to be another 7 points of damage to the one in front of Doc.
Okay, so what does your magic missile do to the first one that you hit? Because it only had 1 hit point.
Yeah. So I think it just it stands up and it kind of spits out that tooth and it kind of growls. And right about that time, it's hit in its other big tooth with the first missile that kind of just like knocks it out. And then the second one just lodges right in its eye, and it just slumps to the ground.
All right,
Nice.
so, and that's the one that was in front of you, Vorn. You see these missiles shoot out at it, and it drops down in front of you. The one you just booped is now also struck with a couple of these darts, and that is actually first blood on that one. Is that it, Mizya?
Unless I can somehow do 2-handed fighting, no, that's it.
Asaria and Soren, it is your turn. There is 1 giant boar currently prone and 3 regular sized boars, one of which is currently engaged with you.
Okay. She's gonna go for the one that she's currently engaged with. And she is gonna go ahead and swing with her longsword again. And that is going to be a 22 to hit.
Oh, Jesus.
A swift, skillful flick of the blade. How do you kill this one?
Oh.
Get him! And was it just at 1 or something?
It had 1 hit point.
Oh wow. Okay. I think she just sees that this thing is barely standing and she just wants to dispatch it as quickly and painlessly as possible. So she's just gonna quickly just drive right through the head down.
Yeah, almost like there's no effort to it. It's all skill as you finish this one off.
Mhm.
All right.
Soren is going to move towards the one that's prone. And
big one?
going and he's going to attempt to try and finish it off.
All right. It's prone, so I believe that's an advantage.
And this is the one that we were attacking before, correct?
No, that one's dead.
Okay. Sorry, there's a lot of hogs.
Yes.
Gets a little confusing.
It's wild how many hogs there
It's
are.
wild.
Right.
All right. So he's going to do a bite attack, and that is going to be a 20 to hit.
Yeah, most definitely a hit. You did roll
Okay.
that.
And that's a dirty 20.
You
it's
rolled that
not.
at advantage.
I did not.
Just to see if you get a crit.
Natural 20.
There you go. See? That's why I had you re-roll it.
All right, so that's going to be 13 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
As he just lunges onto this thing and starts tearing at its neck.
And it's already prone.
Oh boy.
He's a good boy.
Soren is tearing at this one, but it seems to... I mean, it's bleeding, but it seems to have some fight left in it.
Wow. Ugh, this is grotesque.
It is this giant boar's turn. It is going to use half of its movement to struggle to its feet. It's got Doc and Teera and Soren on it. So let's see what we got here. 1,
I
2,
volunteer.
3. It's you. 3, 4 was
Oh,
you.
good. Perfect.
As it rises to its feet, it whips around.
I'm
and
standing
that
there with
is-
blood all on me.
That is a... Let me get the right one here. That is a 22 to hit.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
As it whips around, you just beheaded this regular sized boar, leaving your side open as this giant boar rises up. It rips into your side with its tusks, dealing 12 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
That
Oh,
is
that's not half before you ask.
its turn.
Oh no.
Vorn, you are up. The big one you were dealing with was taken care of. There is another one, as well as 2 regular size boars.
And
Okay.
that's all that's left, right?
Yep.
Is that correct? Okay. I
Yep.
lost track as well. Sorry.
Does Vorn see the one that's ripping into Teera?
Oh, absolutely. It's like 10 feet away from you.
Okay, yeah. Vorn's going to arc around with his glaive, which is a 10-foot reach, and swing to hit that boar. And he's yelling, "They're just pigs!" as he swings with a
All right.
orcish wrath.
They're just pigs.
Oh, yes. But
And
he
he
says it
hits-
in Orcish, so it sounds heavy metal as hell.
Yeah. Joshua the Thor.
Yes!
And-
Awesome.
24.
24. Yeah, that is a hit.
Nice.
Look at that. Can you believe it? All right,
You,
let's roll
Rick,
that
you.
natural 1 on the
Welcome to the adults table.
right. And 10 points of damage with the glaive.
Nice.
Hey, nice.
Okay. Another chunk out of this boar, but it still has fight left in it.
Damn.
All right. Well, not for long.
And-
Let's guess whose turn it is.
Vorn, are you done?
Yeah, I think that's all Vorn has to say besides an orcish yell of like pigs, Gothor.
That's amazing.
So, Teera, it is your go.
I want to attack that one. That one, please.
All right.
Here we go. Oh, fingers crossed. It's an 18 to hit.
That's going to be a hit.
All right, let's go. That is 10 points of damage.
All right, let me see here. You slice into this thing with your sword, and it just doesn't want to drop. It is still up.
Wow.
No, mad respect for these.
Yeah,
boys, I'm gonna say.
that's respect there.
These
Frickin'
ribs are going to
boars.
be horrible and tough
Oh,
because of all
they're
the
gonna be
adrenaline.
terrible.
Yep.
Flavorless, not
Yeah.
fatty.
No,
But we're gonna.
It's a
eat
good
them.
thing you
I
got
mean,
some.
Come on.
You got some
absolutely.
quick kills on the regular boars. Is that your turn, Teera?
That's everything. Yes, sir.
Back to you, Doc. 2 regular boars and 1 almost dead giant boar in front of you.
Okay. Oh goodness, this is just unfortunate.
Decisions.
Doc is going to attempt to intimidate it again. Except this time, instead of roaring at it, he's going to flick it in the nose.
Okay.
And I would like to use domain tone for advantage, please.
Okay.
Okay. 24.
Nice.
Wow. Heck yeah.
Roll me a d4.
4.
Okay. You deal 1 point of psychic damage to this boar for just the way you've been intimidating it by the most humiliating ways. But it is still on its feet.
Jesus.
Wait, sorry. Did you say I just dealt damage to it?
You dealt psychic damage to it. Not physical damage.
You made a pig feel bad.
You flicked it in its nose and you got it to sort of huffily back up a step. And it sort of shakes its head, frothing blood and sweat just goes everywhere. But you dealt 1 point of psychic damage to
I
it.
think it would be fair that whoever attacks that one next gets advantage. Maybe this is a good.
I think Doc's wrestling with the fact that he just did damage to
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Doc, roll me an insight check.
Yeah, that was more of what I was picking up.
14.
I don't know if you know that you did damage to it.
Okay.
Is Doc a pacifist?
He is.
He has not made any attacks against anything.
It's one of
Ever.
those where it's like he's
Just
like
a-
looking at his hands and he's like, oh my God, what have I become?
All right.
I'm done.
So the regular boar that was near you is going to try to attack you. Would you, Doc, make an opportunity attack against it as it runs out of your area?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Shove attack to knock it prone.
Okay.
17.
Five. So you knock it prone. It is not able to get away from you so that it can charge attack you. So it instead will stand up and just regular attack you. And it's still going to miss. It's like it's sort of pushing, trying to get to its feet, and it just manages to get to its feet. I'm pretty sure a 9 misses you.
That is correct.
The other boar is the one that attacked at you, Vorn, and missed you. It's a regular boar. You get an opportunity attack as it turns and runs away from you.
Yeah. Vorn grips his glaive and sees the boar running away, and does like a horizontal arc with the glaive to try to hit it with it. And let's see how we do. Nat 1. I got a 6 total.
Damn it, Ricky.
So-
sorry.
Your glaive just skims over the top like a single hair off of its the hump of its back just goes sing as it looks to be running away from you, but it turns around and comes charging straight at you. So that it can make a charge attack. That's a 10 to hit. It's not even going to hit you.
Okay.
Um,
Vorn as the boar turns around, he's like, "Come on, pig."
I'd like to point out too that Ricky's like about 70% positive rolls tonight. He rolls one bad roll and everybody's like, "Oh!"
No, I feel bad for him. He was on such a roll.
Right.
That's my. I'm
Yeah,
not mad at Ricky.
No, it's
All right,
literally the
Mizya.
rolls.
I'm so happy that I rolled positive at all.
So,
Right.
how many of these are still up now?
The one big boar in front of Doc is still standing, but it's bleeding.
Mhm.
And there's two regular boars that attacked Doc and Vorn that nobody seems to have hit yet.
Okay. I just flick my quill again, and 4 more of these little, this cute little black darts come
You
flying
said
out.
cute.
They're adorable.
They're precious.
Yep. And one's gonna hit the big boar for 3 points of damage. One is gonna hit the one in front of Born for 5 points. And then the other one is going to take 9 points of damage.
Nice.
This dart that comes flying out and hits the giant boar in front of Doc. Doc, you barely see it as this sort of shadowy black and purple quill-shaped missile just
Whoa.
in one eye and out the other.
Oh my god.
And the giant boar in front of you just staggers and doesn't even fall over. It just drops straight down to its belly in the muck, and its tongue lolls out. It only had 1 hit point left. It had used its Relentless when Doc psychically damaged it.
Mhm.
One of the
dead.
boars that you hit, Mizya, you see that your missiles just knock chunks of flesh off of it. The other one, it sort of grazes it. The 2 regular boars are still up, Assyria and Soren. That's all that's left. 2 regular
All right.
boars.
Get him.
Regular boar. All right. She is going to move her hunter's mark to the closest of these regular boars.
Okay.
And she is going to go swinging again with her longsword, basically pulling it out of the old hog and coming on in swinging. That's going to be a 21 to hit,
That's a hit.
right? And that's going to be 8 points of damage.
Just past its relentless threshold and enough to kill it.
Ugh.
Yes. Done. Dead. One
Yep,
more.
she just
Soren.
carves at the side of it. Yep, and Soren's going for the other.
Charging across, leaping over the bodies. Soren takes a bite at that one, and
That one is going to be a 9.
as
Yeah.
Soren leaps over the body of the hog, the giant boar that Mizya downed with the magic missile, Soren misjudges, and his forepaws hit the hunchback of this thing, and it sends him skittering. He's able to get back to his feet, but he basically slides right past and misses the attack on this boar. However, it is Vorn's turn,
Oh, just pig.
and this is the boar that was over by Doc, which we had
Come on, Ricky.
established was 10 feet away.
Yeah. Vorn's going to go ahead and try to destroy that last boar. Gripping his glaive and, swinging it as hard as he can at it. I'm going to use advantage and I'm going to throw it. Here we go.
Whoops. All right, so that's an advantage.
17.
Nice.
Get him. Done. Dead.
Vornuk,
Get it.
how do you want to end this?
Nice.
Yes. Get him,
Yes.
Vorn. Come on. Let's go for the tribe,
Um,
bro.
So as Vorn slees like this last hog, he goes and he makes sure that his glaive cuts the neck of the boar, to make sure that the meat is nice and tender as he kills it. And then when it falls down to the ground, he immediately stabs it through with his blade through the head.
Nice.
And with
Awesome.
that, you are all out of combat.
Oh.
There are 2 giant boar and 4 regular boars in various states of dead all around you.
States of Dead sounds like a band.
And there is a flapping of wings as Louis the Duck flies down and lands on Doc's head.
Oh.
Aww.
All right, you are out of combat. What would you like to do?
Teera just
Vorn,
stands there for a second, all covered in blood, and then like snaps out of it.
Vorn wants to find a beehive if he can to get some honey to make some delicious honey baby back ribs.
Solid choice. Yes, sir.
Love it. I love it.
Mizya, how far is like where the ducks run a pond, right? Nearby?
Yep.
I'm making a beeline for the water. On my way by, I just kind of waved. Yes, Vaughn, make sure the 2 big ones make it back to the cart. I did kill them after all, you know. So want to make sure that I get to claim my trophy. And then I just skitter on over to the pond, and I just kind of kneel down, and I'm like just waving water over my head. And I look like a wet cat as I walk back to the.
I can picture it so
I can picture that, yeah.
So I'm assuming you're going to attempt to claim meat from these as much as you can from
Yeah.
these pigs.
I'll I can do survival.
Same.
Yeah, I need anybody that's going to be working with the pigs. Go ahead and make me a survival check.
How large are the tusks? Like, are they big enough to make cups out of?
For the giant boars, they're big tusks.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna let the other ones do that. I definitely want to take those tusks.
Excuse me.
Ooh. And as like Vorn pulls out his butcher knife, he looks over at Mizya and he's like, huh?
And I just
like Tim Allen.
I just stare back at you with a blank face for like 2 or 3 beats, and then I just kind of just barely crack a smile in one corner of my mouth, and I just nod, and then I duck back into the shade under the
Jesus.
cart. So
And Vorn goes, right, and he continues to butcher
So
in other ways.
what are your I think Teera, Assyria, and Vorn, I need survival checks.
I got a 15, and I'm working on one of the uneventful ones. I'm
Okay.
working on the one that
Well,
I killed.
I will also I will cast I can cast a ritual instantly because one of my feats. So I will cast Unseen Servant, and I will send Barnaby over to help with
Okay.
the work. So maybe somebody gets advantage.
Vorn, roll at advantage, so roll again because I
Roll
see
again?
that 10 you rolled.
Okay.
Sarah got a 19.
All right.
Nice.
See, the 10 was better. The 10 was better.
All right. Well, luckily Vorn, Teera, and Assyria know what they're doing. Vorn, go ahead and make me one more survival check.
You said me?
Oh, is this
Yeah.
just to not
No.
F up the corpse?
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not trying to do like this is an Assassin's Creed with like.
Oh no!
Thank you for putting things in references that I understand.
Vorn.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you are not able to find any beehives in the
Oh,
area.
Aw.
Vorn walks back to the campsite. It's like, obviously, it's early spring.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
There's no flowers blooming, so no beehives. But
Oh.
did I get any berries or anything that's sweet or anything like that?
With a 3, man, you didn't find nothing but thorns and nettles.
Okay.
Vaughn, I got some salt. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Salt is what we need. That's primary ingredient. Looking
So
out.
I will say with Teera and Assyria's roles, you find that the two giant boar hogs, their meat is tough. It is full. They're wormy. They're dirty hides. These are. It's as if they're not natural that they're this big. It's as if something corrupted them to this size, and it seems to be prevalent through the meat and the hide. But the 4 boars, you are able to dress them down. Vorn, you are able to easily enough to claim tusk trophies. There's a total between the 2 big ones of, let's see, 2 got broken, so there would be 6 tusks that are claimable from the big ones, and then you're able to get plenty of meat. I'm gonna say though that you spend a good 3 hours dressing. Anybody other than Vorn, Assyria, and Teera can gain the benefits of a short rest during this time. You guys are all working pretty hard, foraging and dressing down.
During this
But
time, real quick, I am also freeing the 1 duck that got snapped up by my snare.
Yeah.
And
okay, you free it. You're not gonna like keep it and eat it.
No, we have enough pork. You think? Listen, I know duck is good and everything, but we have pork. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
So I don't really know if we go by Valheim standards, you probably get 1 or 2 servings of meat off of each of these boars.
Okay.
No,
That's good.
I think somebody can mark down that you have you've dressed down 4 boars. I'll figure that out, but we're not really tracking resources right now to that extent. Just know that at least for a little while, you've got the meat. You'll be able to cook it up. I would also like to remind you that all of this happened 2 hours outside of Candlekeep on what is supposed to be a 3-day journey.
3-day. So real quick, as Vorn sees Teera and Assyria like helping butcher the boar, he feels a little more like a part of the group. Like this is hey, we're doing this thing together, and it's kind of cool, you know.
Aww.
He doesn't share it with anyone. He puts his goggles on.
His introspective goggles.
Yeah, introspective goggles.
His tender moment goggles.
Time to
this
see
feels
my
right.
backstory goggles. Okay.
As
Exactly.
Teera, Assyria, and Vorn are doing their stuff, Doc will be trying to make more friendly with Einstein Jr.
Who was Einstein Jr. again? The
Louis.
bird?
Duck.
Louis.
Oh, Louis. You named Einstein Jr.
Louis
Yeah.
doesn't know what Doc is calling him.
No.
Yeah, they don't understand each other, but based on the arrangement that Louis and Assyria have,
Yep.
Doc, you are rewarded with a few sort of.
So as they're talking, Doc is going to look up and he's going to feed Einstein Jr. a cricket. And then he's going to say, Einstein Jr., do you want to play a game?
Seeing as it doesn't really understand you, you get.
He's going to feed it another cricket and he's going to say, the game is called You, Me. Or is it Me, You?
Oh my God! Stop it, Duck. Amazing.
I quit.
Phenomenal. Yes.
I'm putting
No,
notice.
That is the best. No, it's gold. Oh my God.
I hate it.
So Doc's intermittently feeding the duck crickets, patting his back and patting his shoulder. And before we cut to break, we see a close-up of Louis the Duck sitting on Doc's head. and he just looks out at the duck pond where the other ducks are looking at him. And nobody hears this as Louis says, I'm very certain I'll be back within a day. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Yes, dude.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody who's tuned in so far for this exciting fight with pigs. As the adventurers are off to an incredible start to this leg of their journey. We will be back in just about 10 minutes. We'll see you on the other side. And we're back. And
Yes.
we are going to fast forward to the end of the
thank
traveling day. No. Dwight, we are role-playing every hour of this 3-day adventure.
We'll be done in 10 months.
Hey, at the last session, before the break, we would have been where we're about to be right now, but somebody went on a duck hunt, so I'm just kidding. I'm not complaining at all because I absolutely love this. But we are, when we join our adventurers again, it's evening. It's not yet dark out, but you have set up your camp for the evening. You've traveled a full day. A fire is crackling, and I imagine there's plenty of pork sizzling on a spit over the fire. The smell is permeating the air. Through a long traveling day and keeping a keen eye out, Vorn, you were able to finally spot an assortment of berries and things that you could use to sort of create your own flavorful glaze for this meat. So you will eat like kings this evening.
Vorn notices Doc's nose turned up at the whole idea of eating, and this is like your loss kind of thing.
Yes. More for the rest of us, eh?
Yeah.
I just picture wherever Doc is seated, that Einstein Jr., nay Louis, has sort of curled up into the crook of his arm and is just sort of nestled there and doing that thing where he's got his head turned and sort of tucked in. And as Vorn is tending to the fire, Mizya is probably, I imagine, reading by firelight. Assyria and Teera.
Mm-hmm.
What are the two of you getting up to?
Well, I imagine Teera is eating a lot of ribs first. And she's
I
like
just-
messy. And like eventually is just like drinking out of naturally her Keith's hot and cold drinks mug. And is starting to kind of recount as she gets more and more drunk, frankly, is starting to recount the events of the day and forget who killed what. And in that lack of knowing exactly who killed what, she's claiming she killed a bunch more than she did, I feel like. And I'm just like looking around and I'm like, right? Everybody remembers that, yeah? Oh, yeah, Sarah, you remember that, right?
Sarah's probably doing a mix of two things because she is a little bit of a multitasker. So she's got a flat stone on the, like, near the fire, and on it are strips of the hog because she's making more pocket bacon because she's almost out. So she's making some more. She's also got out in front of her some large, like a reed and large grass that she's kind of weaving together. So she's just kind of like looks over at Teera and just is like kind of rolls her eyes and nods her head, just knowing by now it's better to just acquiesce versus arguing against a drunken Teera.
Teera notices. Oi, what the hell was that?
What was what?
You just rolled my eyes at you, didn't you, you little knife ear?
How drunk are you? You just
Hey.
rolled my eyes at you.
You just
didn't-
roll. What are you doing?
I didn't roll your eyes. I rolled mine.
Side note, that was an actual mistake. Cari is not drunk, but I am a little tired. I've been up for like 16 hours right
That
now.
works so
That was so
beautifully.
good.
That works so beautifully.
Did you just roll my eyes at you?
Serendipitous is what they call that. Perfect. Perfect. Okay.
Saria,
What?
were you rolling your eyes at Teera because she didn't kill nearly the amount of boars as she remembers?
A mix of that, Doc. It's not super important. It's also just Teera being Teera. And she's saying this, it comes across a lot meaner than she means. She's
But
being
she's-
very genuine when she's saying it.
Socially awkward.
But she's so awkward in her little bee that she just doesn't really know how to phrase it a little bit better. But you can see like there is a genuine smile on her face, like she thinks it's very amusing, but not in a condescending way.
All right then. All right then. Stand up. And I pull out my sword, and I'm kind of not 100% like steady on my feet, but I'm like, oi, you think you're so tough, little one? Vaughn says you're good with a blade. He told me so. I wouldn't know. I was unconscious.
Arrow.
Yeah. Well, well, this ain't about bows and arrows anymore because I'm right here. What are you
Hold
gonna
on.
do about it, Saria? And I am kind of like taunting at this point.
Are you sure about that? Because you really took a beating. We all did today.
Vorn stands up and he goes, Mizya, do you have any songs for us to sing together?
You're going to sing songs now. And I just look over at Teera and
Vaughn, I ain't singing shit. Saria and I are having a discussion, aren't we, Saria?
I guess.
Yeah, stand up.
And Vorn starts singing, there was a human that looked like an orc that acted kind of to himself.
You see, oh my god. Here, are you taking ranks in Bard?
Oh
You should
my
write
god.
songs. You should take one rank in
Asteria will carefully like put her stuff aside, kind of mumbling, like, you could have said please, like at the very least. Gets up. Are you sure about this? The other night you were fighting against the wind. Are we really going to do this now?
Against
Hell
the
yeah,
wind.
Saria. Hell yeah, let's go.
Okay. All right. And she'll sigh and pull her long sword out.
Vorn like looks over at Mizya and Doc like, are we gonna let this happen?
It's fine, Vaughn. Don't worry.
Vaughn, I ain't gonna hurt her. I'm just being a dick. But I do want to fight you, Saria. I want to see
Hey.
what you can do.
Last time you were a dick to me, you broke my nose. And it kind of
Well,
like
I mean, when I say I'm not gonna hurt her, I mean I'm not gonna kill her. I didn't say I was gonna break a nose.
yeah, you didn't kill me either, but
No, I didn't. She knows
Yeah.
what she's getting into. She's a big girl, eh?
all this is an orcish, so it sounds like
Yeah, 100%.
I imagine Soren is just eating some bacon and then the duck is just watching all of this happen, very confused.
Yes.
All
Awesome.
right. She'll
All right.
pull her
Alright.
sword out.
And one last
Assyria-
thing, like Vork yells out like in orcish, like, hey, just pull your punches, eh?
And I, in orc, I say back, I will do no such thing.
And gives me the middle finger in orc, which is
100%, which is the
Middle
middle
finger.
finger.
Middle finger in orc.
Yes.
So,
Yes, I wanna-
Teera
Yes.
and Assyria,
Mhm.
Yes.
roll initiative.
Hell yes, son. Let's go. Oh no. Well. Okay.
you're drunk. Sit
Well.
down.
16.
Teera, you're drunk. Go home. 4.
Oh, no.
Power 4. That just means you get to go first. That doesn't mean shit.
Mhm.
Vorn looks at like Tyria's like foot placement and he's like, oh, she's all wrong. She's
I'm gonna preface this before we go. Jake, all of my anything I'm hitting, it's non-lethal damage. I'm literally just gonna be hitting with like blunt edges of the sword.
Broadside, same.
Yeah.
I was
she's
assuming
not-
so, but
yeah.
I appreciate you clarifying.
Yep. I've some people don't. I wanted to clarify that real quick. She's
I
not
do
trying
have
to.
a quick question. And did I heal at all between now and dinner?
I will say there's been enough
the
time,
pork
plus
was
with you
great.
eating, that you can take the advantages of a short rest.
She has
Thank
the itis
y'all.
from the pork, so she's
And
extra
that's true
sleepy.
for anybody else. That's true for you too, Assyria, if you needed it.
Yep.
Because you traveled for another probably 6 to 8 hours, and you enjoyed your food.
Okay.
So
All right. So I was down to 26, and now I get a short rest, which means I have no idea. But I'm going to use D&D
you
Beyond.
get to spend hit dice, which for
Oh.
you is you have
Barbarian
3 D12 that you can spend. You roll a D12 and add your con modifier,
Yeah.
and that's how many hit points you can gain.
Oh, that's a max. That's a 12. I am good.
So yeah, then you
Alright.
gain
Fine.
15 points from one. And there's a place where you take your short rest to mark off how many hit dice you used.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yep.
I will look for that. In the meantime, by all means.
Assyria,
Take
it's your
your choice.
attack. Non-lethal
Alright.
damage, attacking
Yep.
with the
Sword. Yeah, she's
sword.
gonna. So that is going to be 19.
Wow.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. And
Soren isn't helping you.
I'm
though.
gonna
no,
say-
Soren is literally just licking his chops. He's chilling.
I'm going to say after each round of combat, Vorn, Mizya, and Doc, you will have an opportunity, if you choose to do anything, to intervene.
Okay.
So, Assyria, how much damage?
That is going to be 6 points of damage, non-lethal.
So this will all be bludgeoning damage then.
Yep. Yep, she just is like, I imagine her just kind of swinging with the sword, and instead of actually hitting with the blade, she's going to hit with the hilt and smash it against Teera's side, just kind of knocking her right where. Is Teera left-handed or right-handed?
She's right-handed. Good
Go for the left
question.
side.
Nice.
She would,
All
she
right.
would have
Well done.
noticed that going for
Well
a
done.
weaker side.
All right, Teera.
I want to attack this area with my short sword, please. Or my great sword, rather. That is a dirty 20 to hit this area.
That hits.
Nice. All right, let's go. Let's go. That is 10 points of non-lethal, of course, damage.
All right. Give me the race
And I
against hit
kind of do the
points.
same thing. I like Assyria hits me, and for a half a second, Teera looks up, and you see this look in her eyes that you kind of hoped you'd never be on the receiving end of. She's a little genuinely pissed, and comes back at you and just kind of hits you anywhere. Just kind of doesn't intend on a specific place. Just
Mhm.
gets broadside and just whaps the shit out of you.
How many points was that?
10.
Okay.
Yep.
Doc, Assyria, or excuse me, Doc, Mizya, and Vorn. Any intervention or?
No, the Vorn slides up to Mizya, and he's loudly chewing pork, and that fatty part is stuck in between the cracks of his teeth and his tusk, and he's like, "What you reading there, Mizya?"
Is it Gerald?
It is, but I look up at I look up at Vorn, and I look up at the fight, and I just head back down into my book, and I keep scribbling.
Oh, sensory
Aw.
overload.
And
Too
Vorn
much.
immediately looks at Doc, and he's like, looks at Doc, and what's the duck doing on Doc? Like, what's going on over there?
Sounds like the duck is cuddled and sleeping, and Doc is petting it, and he's going to look down at Born, and he's gonna look at Asaria and Teera, and he's gonna say, "This seems dumb."
Shut up. Shut up,
And
Gary.
Doc with his teeth full of Vorn with his teeth full of pork and boar is like, agreed. You want to make a wager on it?
Ooh.
A wager? Do you mean
Yeah.
gamble?
Yeah, like I do something you want me to do for you, and in exchange something for me. Yeah, gamble. Exactly.
I don't care. I don't really need anything. I have everything I need, and I have more gold than I need because I don't really need any gold. I have like 20 gold pieces, which is 20 more gold pieces than I need.
But do you have anyone to draw a picture with, tell jokes with, look at the sky with, go flying with?
I mean, I took little one flying. I showed him a whole new world.
Okay, bet it. So
Okay,
I'm
bet.
going to bet on let's see. I'll take Assyria in this one.
Okay, I'll take Assyria too.
Well, okay, wait. Then I'll take Teera.
Okay, I'll take Teera too.
Wait. No, you have to take the opposite.
Yes.
My God,
because-
Jerry, you're a Rembrandt.
Like I want to be able to like take me on a flying thing. Like show me the whole new world too.
I mean, we don't have to bet on that. I'll just take you flying if you want.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. But who do you think's gonna in this dumb competition between these two? Who do you think?
I yell the F word in Orcish at that moment.
Doc is going to look at the duck, and the duck is like sort of snoring,
Oh, buddy.
and we don't care.
Okay. Well, Doc, how about this? No matter who wins, take me up on a whole new world. Wait, hold on. Let me be very specific. I want to fly. Like, yeah.
Do you trust me?
Right. Okay. I mean, but so wait, you're taking Teera and I'm taking Teera, right?
No. Hold on. Wait. You're not taking Teera to fly. Who do you think's going to win between these two fighting right now?
I yell an Elvish slur in Orcish at that moment.
Oh.
I think that the person you think is going to win is going to win.
Oh. Okay. Well. Yeah.
And as the fight is going, Doc is going to start. He's going to open up his bag and he's going to start mixing some ingredients together. And he's going to grab his mug club and he's going to say, "Get ready to drink up."
That's Vorn's turn, Elise. Vorn is good.
So-
Watching the rest.
Yes.
For this conversation, there's just been these occasional swears and stuff uttered out.
All from Teera. All from
blurry,
Teera.
yeah, blurry in the background are the two. And then as Doc says, "Get ready to drink up." Now we zoom in on the fight, and it's Tira's turn again.
No, it's Assyria's turn.
Or yeah,
So-
sorry, Assyria's turn.
No, it's all good.
Okay.
So Assyria's gonna try something new. She's going to cast Zephyr Strike
That's cheating.
on herself.
Okay.
It's on herself.
Okay.
So it gives her additional movement speed, but it does give her, because she did just take a lot of damage. It does give her a D8 to her damage now. So
Adios.
when she hits, so you just see this blue and green kind of energy kind of force around her sword as she's coming in for another hit with the long sword
Okay.
and non-lethal damage. That is going to be a 17 to hit.
Fudge. Yes, that hits.
Okay.
Oh no. And one more plus 1d8. Oh god. Okay. Good luck.
17 points of damage.
Wow. Vorn yells out, "Teera, your footing's all wrong."
Yeah, she's just
Fuck up, Vaughn.
sees that, the left side especially is just not as strong. So she's basically aiming this time for Tira's shin, kind of coming in, going down there, and then moving up and kind of moving back around her, ready for another hit coming from Teera. It almost looks like Assyria is almost dancing around Teera, but not in like a ha 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 ha, just more like almost a ballroom. It's very fluid. It's silent but quick movements. as she's maneuvering around, letting Teera do most of the moving. She's just kind of dodging out of the way and then using her momentum to hit back.
Diamond Princess Castle is what you're looking for.
Teera,
all right.
what's your answer to that?
I'm pissed because I see Assyria. I see this little flash of blue or whatever, and she hits me and it hurts. Like it hurts way more than it should, and that pisses me off, and I would like to rage.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
you see Teera just kind of like, and
Is that when the Elvish slur comes out?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, this is all kind of concurrent to the. Yeah, that's when I call her a knife ear or something, and I would like, yeah, I'm gonna attack her.
Vorn feverishly pulls out his notebook and starts taking notes.
It's a 24 to hit.
That's
Jesus.
it.
So that'll have your rage bonus damage applied to it.
And remind me, I'm so sorry. I have not fought this. I have not raged in a long time. So what rage damage is what?
You
The
get
plus
at this level. It's
three
a
or plus
it's
two?
at this level. It's a +2, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah.
correct. So that's going to be a 14 points of damage on Assyria.
Okay.
That is 1 point away from the threshold for brutal or for system shock. So
And
you don't take
Tira's
system
pissed.
shock, but that's a hard hit, Assyria.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
So I basically Assyria is going for Tira's feet. So as Teera goes to attack, it's almost like she's top heavy, which is already there's a lot of strength in her upper half, and there's even more because she's almost like falling forward at Assyria and hits Assyria like on the top of the shoulder, like right here with the broadside, and kind of continues through and then turns to face Assyria again.
All right.
you know the way when you watch women fight in MMA in the UFC and it gets really bloody and like your response is like, oh, this is natural. What?
Right. Well, you're thinking to yourself, like, at first you're like, yeah, and then after a second it's like, oh my god, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Vorn.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
You seem to know something about fighting,
A little bit.
and I'm watching Assyria and Teera fight. Shouldn't you try to get out of the way of the attack?
Yeah. And so what's happening is that Assyria is doing this thing, like they're fighting, right? And they're and yeah, they're both trying to get out of the way while trying to hit each other at the same time. Mizya, do you want to anything?
Hold still, you little shit.
So Mizya just sighs, kind of flicks their quill away and like slams Gerald closed. He looks at Vorn and then looks up at the two fighting
They're gonna kill each other.
and reaches their hand out, and I'm gonna cast web.
Oh my god.
In between the two trees on either side of the grounds where they are currently fighting. They'll need to make a dexterity saving throw before their next attack or be ensnared by the web.
Good thing I'm a barbarian and I have advantages on dex.
Yes, children, it's time to go to sleep. You can stop playing now. And I will get up and walk away and crawl into my spot under the
So go ahead and make your dexterity saving throws.
God bless
Low
it.
key, Mizya's like sleeping habits are really weird. Crawl away, gross.
24. I have a +6.
13.
What's your spell save, Dwight?
You are muted.
12, DC 12.
They both beat it. You do not.
Hey!
You made a nice web hammock for somebody to retire afterwards, or it might come into play in the fight.
Thank you, Mizya.
Or
You're so kind.
it's just an attention getter.
just to get distract so you can crawl away to
In the
your
morning,
sleep.
it's going to be a
It's
work
like
of art.
children,
I feel like the web
and
is
then
now
mom
like
goes to bed. So
one of those like James Bond with the lasers, and we're now stepping around the web as we're
Yeah.
coming on in. All right.
Yeah, there's a web sort of in between that you got to dodge out of the way of in Syria.
I look
All
over
right.
at Doc real quick and I say, there's no stopping them now. They are, yeah, until one of them passes out or gets knocked out. This is them for the night.
You see on Asaria's face, like her hair is wild in the firelight, and you probably see one of the most genuine smiles on her face. She's just having fun. She's having fun. This is taking her back to like training days and having a group of people to train with. So she's actually like for a moment just forgetting everything and just enjoying it, even though she is getting her ass kicked. So she's enjoying it as much as she can, as she I imagine she's going to, depending on how this goes, slide in and basically make another attack. That's a natural 19, so 24, I think
Yes.
it is. Yeah, 24 to
Yes.
hit. Okay, I'm sorry, 23.
Yeah.
I have to do math correctly. All right, so that's gonna be 15 points of damage.
Wow.
As she just kind of,
Which would be halved
which would
to
be
8.
halved. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't know how you know this, but normally that would be enough to knock Teera on her ass. But because she is raging, she's got momentum and added fire or something, and she is still on her feet. Here we go. I am going to attack Asaria. Here we go.
All right.
All right. Do I get okay? Ugh. Ugh.
You do have the option as a barbarian. You have reckless attack, don't you? And frenzy.
Oh, I actually have frenzy, but
Yeah,
that
you
was
do.
not only in effect this turn now. So reckless attack does what?
Reckless attack gives
You
you
get advantage.
advantage, but the next attack against you has advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Yep.
Shit. It's a 14 to hit Asaria is all.
I have a 15 AC. You are
Oh.
so close.
I'm gonna attack again recklessly.
Mhm.
And
Vorn
here I go.
yells out, "You're drunk, Teera. She's got you."
How are you attacking again?
Recklessly. I have 2 attacks because I'm frenzy. I have frenzy attack because I'm raging.
Oh yeah, you get the frenzy.
Mhm.
That's right. Yeah, as a
Yes.
bonus action. My bad.
I imagine at Vorn's comment, Assyria's like, I haven't even been drinking. And
No, Teera.
you said Assyria.
You did. You said
I-
you just merged us. It's cool.
And Vorn looks at his like wine leather. Is like, okay, I'm drunk, and he kind of sits back.
This is the most selfish thing I've ever done, but I'm gonna do it. I want to re-roll that attack. I mean,
Wow.
with the domain. Sorry, this is maybe like literally in my life, like in my real life. This is the most selfish thing I've ever done. I need to fucking hit you.
Ready.
I need to fucking hit you. I failed again. You are. That's what I get. That's what I get.
Assyria, you've got Teera on her wrong foot. She's swinging wildly and recklessly, and you can just see the
Oh my
reflection of the
God.
fire in her eyes. And she's lost her focus on this fight. Assyria,
Mhm.
it's your
All right.
turn.
You know,
I rolled D20 4 times. I got a 7, a 7, a 7, and an 8.
you know, Vorn, when people attack me, I try and get out of the way.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
because you're smarter than she is. And I point over at Teera.
Oh, lucky. She's
Teera
busy.
No
thinks-
lies detected.
I think that might be
she-
true.
Yeah. Teera thinks that she is a oak tree, and she is not.
Hysteria! You hear?
Oh, sorry.
That is going to be a 16.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm trying to think what she would do.
This fight is not going how Teera or Cari thought it would.
No, it is not. I thought I was
Must
gonna
have
snap
knocked
her
you
like
out.
an effing toothpick.
I mean, close. That's going to be 11 points of damage halved because you're raging.
I am clinging to.
That's-
Oh wait, you were wait. I get advantage because you did it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do get advantage
Oh,
because she attacked
Yeah.
recklessly.
yeah, I'm
Keep her
screwed.
teeth.
I am screwed.
Nah, it's the same. So
So that
Okay.
11 becomes a 6.
I thought it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
correct. Okay. Good luck.
down to hit points.
Alrighty, here we go. I got one more.
Ugh.
I'm gonna go reckless again because you might as well.
Oh my god.
Ah! She got it.
No, I didn't. I got a 7 and a 5. I miss badly. Assyria is so freaking nimble and shit. Like she is just, and I am a big brute, just taking mighty hacks
Yeah,
and
like
just missing every.
Teera
time.
looks like a lumberjack out there trying to cut down,
100%.
trying to chop wood,
100.
and it's just
God.
you're just Zephyr dancing around her.
Yeah, if you
Uh,
hit, girl, you
She
are.
kind of
you are-
looks like a lumberjack in the ocean. But
Yeah.
don't you get one more attack?
I do because I'm.
Yeah.
Come on.
And-
Now, okay,
Yep.
I'm rolling these dice again. I have committed. I'm due. I dropped one. Dear God, no.
I love everybody in this game's commitment to the worst dice. Just
No.
these dice have been rolling terrible for me. I'm going to keep rolling them.
It's like that scene in Office Space. You can't
Yes.
change lanes because then it'll. Well, I can't find that one, so it's gonna roll this one now. That's a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Yes. All right. Say goodnight, elf.
It does not look.
I'm a half elf. Don't call me elf.
Okay. Well,
This
we'll
this
see.
attack is not skill. This is accidental.
Yep.
This is brutal. It is a.
You're a
nine-
tripped and she's hitting me with the.
It is
blade.
11 points of damage.
Yep, that's more than enough. She was at 4 hit points.
Tira,
Wow.
Tira, how do you knock Assyria out?
So Assyria sees. Side note: I will have you know, I had 1 hit point left.
Oh, damn it!
Hashtag math. Anyway, so I Tira looks rough. Like Assyria gave her a run for her money, dude. But like with one last like Assyria hits Tira and sort of like knocks her off like this, and one like shing like anime moment where like the eyes go like swoosh, and Tira rears back and just freaking baseball swings right into Assyria's ribs and
Ah.
just knocks her flat on her ass.
As Assyria gets knocked unconscious, Doc will say, "You should try and get out of the way next time."
No.
And Vorn like is sitting next to Doc, and he hears like the whoosh of the wind from the blade, like woof, and he kind of leans back from like
Just instinct.
yeah, just instinct.
Yeah.
And once he sees Assyria on the ground, and he goes, Tira, I think she's had enough.
Damn right she has. Oh God. And Tira then all of a sudden, only after the battle is done, realizes how badly she's hurt and sort of like crumples onto her own knees, like kind of beside Assyria, and is just like and like kind of tapping Assyria on the knee, like trying to wake her up, and then like on her face if she doesn't wake up.
It's totally that one of those scenes in the movie where you see Assyria lying on her back unconscious, and then from the side of the frame, Teera just collapses, laying right next to her,
100%.
and is just like,
100%.
just like half-heartedly.
Yeah. Like, yep. I'm seeing that scene in Rocky 2 where they
Yes.
both go down at the end of the class. And I'm just like laughing at her. I'm like, that. And is she awake? Does she wake up? Can she wake up?
Knocked her out.
She's unconscious. You were using non-lethal. Assyria, roll me a d4.
And the Vorn is tugging on Mizya's like
One.
wizard sleeves.
Mizya's in bed.
She is asleep.
Well, in her tent.
Mizya!
One.
One.
You are unconscious for 1 hour.
Oh.
Oh shit.
It-
Hurry.
Doc, you might want to get some chewy stuff going because obviously the pork wasn't good enough, I guess, for tonight.
Looking at them, I would say it looks like a good night's rest might make them feel a little better.
They seem fine.
Mizya, inside your little shelter, your little tent where you crawled in there, and you have your book. From outside, you hear the sounds, only slightly muffled. You hear the sounds of the fight taking place, and then you just hear just a solid "Oof," and somebody collapse, and then you hear another body hit the ground. Gerald speaks into your mind and just says, "You have delightful friends. Are they always going to be like this?" Perhaps you should learn some of the blade singer spells.
I'll take it into consideration.
As night is beginning to fall proper, Teera, while still mostly conscious, is beginning to drift into the adrenaline's dropping the post fight. Do you go into exhaustion when you've been frenzied?
I do. Well, I let's see.
Trying to remember.
I don't think I my rage ends. I think so. I think I do.
When your rage ends, you suffer 1 level of exhaustion. So,
Correct.
yeah, you shortly after you're Doc, about the time you're looking down on the two of them, and assessing them as they'll be fine, Teera gives sort of one half-hearted sort of tap, and her head just slides over to Assyria's shoulder, and she begins to snore. As the two of them are unconscious, Soren winds up coming over and just curling up around Assyria's head, and whether intentionally or not, does so in a way that his rear is pointed towards Teera. Hey, that dog's been eating nothing but meat for the last couple hours.
He's not a dog. He is not a dog.
That wolf, sorry, that wolf. That wolf's been eating nothing but meat. Doc.
Assyria will wake out of her.
Assyria mumbles in her sleep. He's not a dog. Doc. Vorn, did you have anything you wanted to do before you turn in for the night?
Yes, Doc is going to hold out his horn to Vorn and say, "Drink this."
And Vorn takes it and he goes,
Far too trusting.
And then Doc is just kind of pour it on himself. and he's gonna say, he's gonna reach out his hand for Vorn, and then he's gonna say, "Let's go. Walk up like you're walking upstairs," and then they're gonna start flying.
Oh.
Yeah. Vorn
So-
takes his hand, and
Fly
Doc's
me
hand is like
to the
huge.
moon.
It's huge over Vorn's hand, even though Vorn has huge hands. Doc's hand is like just encapsulates all of his hand, and it like in the back of his mind, he remembers when Doc held him in the garden, and he's like, "Yeah, this feels safe," and he takes Doc's hand.
Doc,
We can fly for
God.
10 minutes.
Doc and Vorn, you take to the air, and Mizya, you catch a glimpse just sort of looking out as the
ET
moon
beam kicks in.
the moon is rising, and you just see the two silhouettes of Doc and Vorn holding hands silhouetted against the moon,
Yes.
and you make just passively you note that there is but one tiny sliver of moon remaining to be filled before tomorrow's full moon. As we pan down to in the moonlight, as the other two are flying through the air, we see the sleeping forms of Soren, Asaria, and Teera as the camera moves in closer and closer, zooming in slowly on Asaria. And then it fades to black. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Yeah, I was sure we were gonna get an eye open. I was sure that. Oh,
Are we gonna have a Twilight moment?
Let's go.
All right. Well, that's 1 day of 3 days of travel down in 2 sessions. Hey, the Dawnbringers, when they just remarked recently that when they got to have a long rest at the end of an actual day, we had been playing the same 24-hour day cycle for almost 2 months, for like 8 sessions. Because of what they were doing, they kept rapidly moving from one thing to another, and we realized, oh my gosh, it's been like 7 sessions of 1 day. And then over the last 3 sessions, it's been like 3 days. Days have become the new rooms for the Dawnbringers. How many days will they get through this time? So,
wow.
all right. Well, I know we joked around about that being, derailing or moving off the beaten path, but this is what the adventure is. And there's the exciting thing, as we're seeing, even just from my use of the calendar, regardless of what you do, time is still moving. Things are happening in the world. The world is turning. The moon is waxing and waning, or waxing in this point in time. Tomorrow, or rather next week, but in the next session when you all wake up, it will actually be the 1st of Myrtle, the 5th month. You actually spent the high holiday of Greengrass on the road killing pigs.
Solid. All right.
As you do.
So, you've still got 2 days of travel before you get in the direction of where you think this witch way is that you are looking for, based on the map that you found. And we'll see what happens next Monday. In the meantime, I'm going to throw some things out there. These are mostly tentative, because, of course, all games are scheduled to last-minute changes and scheduling and things. But tentatively, tomorrow, I will be over on Dice on Ice RPG for the return of Curse of Strahd, DM'd by our good friend M of Dice on Ice RPG. That will be over on Dice on Ice RPG on Twitch. No idea what's going to happen because we haven't played in a couple months due to M's travels. But we will be back for that. Wednesday, I believe Alex sacrificed a goat, was my understanding, to make
That's
sure
what
that this
he
will
said.
happen. On Wednesday, you can find myself, Cari, Dwight, M, Alex, and Karen over on Big Bearded Nerd 21 on Twitch, where we are going to have our finale to the Mythos Investigators Curse of the Mummy Lord. That is my Pulp Cthulhu conversion of my Tomb of the Mummy Lord 5e adventure. We're going to wrap that one up on Wednesday. Thursday will be session 32 of season 5 of the Dawnbringers, Rime of the Frost Maiden. Our longest season yet, but they're in their final arc. Currently, I don't think we've got anything on the calendar for Friday or Saturday, but on Sunday, I will be over on CFT RPG Twitch channel for the final game of our Skull and Bones trilogy pirate game run by Alan at CFT RPG, along with Taylor, Jeremy, Chad, and Lloyd the RLDM. They have convinced me to cosplay as my Minotaur Paladin.
Yay.
One of them sent me an actual pierceless septum ring, and I'm 3D printing some bullhorns, so I will be in a minimalist Minotaur costume next Sunday night. So that's the next week at a glance. Somebody please, you know what? Just do yourself a favor and go to at D&D Jordan Lee on Twitter, because I believe there's a link up there somewhere where you can vote on the Game Her Awards, because our own Jordan is nominated. A lot of great people in the community are nominated for a variety of awards, so please do check that out and vote. Oh, thank you so much, Jordan, because I always forget.
Can I plug real quick as well?
Yes, absolutely, while I set up a raid.
Thank you. So all through the month of September, I'm going to be raising money for Charity Water. Charity Water is an amazing organization that is helping internationally get water to people that need it. So I'm going to be doing charity streaming over on my channel. I have a Tiltify all set up. I'll be streaming on Wednesday. And your donations will impact the game, such as me playing with my eyes shut, which is always a joy, to me wearing a hat, to doing accents, or I do have a wall that your name will go up on. So it's to help benefit an amazing cause. And then stay tuned, because there's November charity stream news coming out later this month. So that's it for me. Thank you, Jake.
All right. We are going to raid Sephi. Persephoroth is streaming right now, and they have an amazing game of Dragon Age, it looks like, taking place right now. So when we end here in just a moment, I'm going to send you all over there. Be sure to throw up the... Nope, that's a poor choice of words. Be sure to... Be sure to spam your emotes and let them know that that Mini Terrain Domain sent you. But first, I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. As always, we appreciate you all so much. And if you are one of those people that are lurking in the background, not participating in chat, thank you. We appreciate you all the same too. And of course, finally, I want to say a huge thank you to Gary, Jordan, Cari, Dwight, and Ricky, without whom it would just be me talking to myself for a couple hours. With that, we are going to go ahead and end this stream the same way we end every stream. And you can say it with me if you want. Metadata.